Hey guys, Dr. Josh Axe here. Welcome to Ancient Medicine today here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 20 healing herbs both for women and for men. And you're going to love this training here today. And by the way, hey, if you have a favorite healing herb, let me know that right now here on Facebook Live. I'd love to hear from you, or again on YouTube Live. I'd love to hear from you. What is an herb that's really impacted your life, or maybe an herb that you took and you really noticed a difference in your body? Let me know that right now here on Facebook and YouTube Live. All right, we're going to dive right in and talk about herb number one, also used as an essential oil, and that is frankincense. You know, frankincense contains compounds such as alpha-pinene, which have anti-inflammatory properties, but also they can pass through the blood-brain barrier and really help calm the brain there as well. So there's some great research on frankincense oil in fighting cancer. There's some great research in frankincense, the powder, and the oil reducing inflammation. And frankincense powder is actually very high in something called boswellic acid, which again is really good for the joints and reducing inflammation. Frankincense oil itself acts more, not as much on the joints, but more on the brain itself, affecting really overall and improving overall brain health. So frankincense is even good for depression, anxiety, and also for balancing out immune responses in the body. So if somebody has an autoimmune-like condition, frankincense is one of the most powerful supplements or essential oils that somebody could use. Now, number two here on my list is turmeric. You know, the research on turmeric is just staggering. We're talking about over 10,000 studies on turmeric alone and its active compound called curcumin. And we know that turmeric is probably the king of reducing inflammation in terms of herbs. So again, if you're struggling with arthritis and joint pain, or in fact, even cancer, turmeric and curcumin have great studies, but it's a great supplement to take. I typically recommend about 1,000 milligrams 2 times daily of a turmeric powder. Taking that in supplement form, mixing it with a bone broth protein is great to do as well, or taking a bone broth protein turmeric supplement can be great, or a good choice. And then along with that, I would mention taking turmeric essential oil. You know, turmeric oil actually isn't as high in curcumin, but is very, very high in something called turmerone, which has been shown to help support your body in healthy stem cell production. So again, turmeric, one of the most powerful herbs there on the planet, especially when it comes to inflammatory conditions. Number three is ashwagandha. Now, this is the best herb for any male or female struggling with thyroid issues. If you have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, hypothyroidism, or even Graves' disease or hyperthyroidism, ashwagandha is probably the main herb that I've recommended to patients on a regular basis. You know, the great thing is it is an adaptogenic herb and helps support your body in balancing out thyroid hormones and cortisol at the same time. So really a transformational herb when it comes to the overall health of your thyroid, your adrenals, and just in general, your overall hormonal levels. And so again, taking an ashwagandha is one of the most powerful herbs for any of those issues. The number four herb here is cilantro. Now, cilantro is known for its ability to support detoxification and specifically potentially help your body eliminate different heavy metals such as arsenic and lead and mercury that can build up within our tissues. And cilantro is also a little bit more of a bitter herb, and it tends to support, again, liver detoxification. It's also somewhat, again, I mentioned bitter, so it's good for even getting rid of things like candida from the body and excess fluid and edema. But again, cilantro is one of the best foods somebody can consume on a regular basis, especially when it comes to detoxification. Number five here, and like this is the herb that's probably the most beneficial for women specifically, and it's Vitex. And it really helps bring into balance those estrogen levels. You know, estrogen levels, especially in young women, can get too high. What that does is that keeps progesterone low and can cause issues such as polycystic ovarian syndrome, known as PCOS. It can cause infertility issues or very severe PMS symptoms if somebody has too high of estrogen and too low of levels of progesterone. So Vitex, especially for women that fall in those categories, is probably the most powerful herbal supplement used within Chinese medicine for treating every one of those conditions. Now, it's also known as chasteberry if you want to buy it. You can buy it as Vitex. Sometimes in parentheses it'll say chasteberry. But again, Vitex, very, very powerful supplement in terms of female fertility and overall hormonal health. Number 6 supplement here is lavender, and I'm specifically here talking about lavender essential oil. Lavender oil is all things calming to the body and to the skin and to the nerve system. By the way, if you're enjoying this live training right now, do me a favor, press that share button right now or like button. I just want to thank all of you right now who are on mission with me. You know, right now there are millions of people that don't know that. Think about all the women right now who don't know that Vitex or chasteberry could help them with their hormonal issues. You know, more people need to know the truth that herbs and foods and supplements, that's real medicine, not the synthetic things that so many people are buying today. And I really believe this is true as well with essential oils. You know, essential oils are some of the most powerful forms of plant-based medicine. They've been used for thousands of years, and lavender oil is actually the #1 used essential oil across North America today. Lavender oil contains compounds like linalool and linalool acetate, which have been shown to work with the nerve system to lower cortisol levels and help your body relax. You know, I've told my patients for a year, just as much as eating gluten or a processed food, emotional stress can affect your body just as severely or more severely than having a bad diet or eating fast food. Really, emotional stress is like fast food to the body. So one of the great things about lavender oil, it can really help you release that stress, help relax the body. What I would recommend you do is buy a diffuser and add some lavender oil to that and diffuse it by your bed at night or your work desk. You do a few drops, like 2 to 4 drops, rub it on your temples and then your upper part of your neck. And the other option is to do a healing bath with it. You know, several drops, about 20 drops of lavender oil in a bath with Epsom salts, which are high in magnesium, is really great for unwinding, relaxing, and helping rejuvenate the body. So lavender, again, also good for cuts and scrapes and with kids or adults and burns. So again, many uses there for lavender. Now, probably the most powerful detoxifying herb on the planet is milk thistle in terms of one that is really liver friendly. Now, dandelion is also very strong, but dandelion should typically only be used in the springtime. It really shouldn't be used about 9 months of the year or very often. Milk thistle, though, is one that you can use much more often, and it contains cilantro, which is a very powerful compound that actually protects the liver against radiation damage or the body, and also even supports liver regeneration. So milk thistle, very, very powerful herb that can be used as natural medicine. And this is something, again, if you've had toxic exposure, whether you're a man or woman, milk thistle is great, especially, again, if you know you've been exposed to any type of toxins. Now, cayenne pepper contains a compound called capsaicin, and cayenne is very, very, very powerful at opening up the arteries. In fact, talk about incredible for your metabolism. If you really want to boost your metabolism, doing cayenne pepper or other hot peppers like serrano pepper is really good for igniting your metabolism, increasing something in the body called thermogenesis, which supports fat burning. So cayenne is great for that. It's also great, again, for increasing circulation throughout the body. So if you're a person that gets cold extremities, or you have a cold or flu, cayenne pepper or cayenne and ginger together, really, really powerful at supporting circulation and warming the body internally, helping you fight a cold or flu, supporting fighting heart disease, and also supporting weight loss. Number 9 is astragalus. Now, this herb is renowned in Chinese medicine, and it's known to support your spleen in Chinese medicine. So if you're a person, and the spleen in Chinese medicine is known for holding things together. So your blood cells, it helps hold those together. Or even your stool. If somebody has loose stool rather than a well-formed stool, it can be because the combination of the spleen along with your pancreas isn't functioning properly, or it's worn down and it's worn down, it's exhausted, and it has too much stress on that organ. Astragalus can really help reduce dampness in the body and really help support the spleen in tonifying it and strengthening it, helping with healthier bowel movements, helping with your red blood cell production. So astragalus, many benefits there used in Chinese medicine. It's also an adaptogenic herb, but if you have any type of digestive issues or immune-related issues or both, Astragalus is definitely a go-to herb you want to check out. And again, if you're enjoying this live training right now, hey, help me spread the message, press that share button, and I want to thank all of you that are on mission with me right now. All right, 11 to go. Let's start with number 10 here, thyme. Now, thyme oil, or thyme itself, is very high in a compound, aptly named thymol, okay? So thymol, which really is one of the most powerful antibiotics in nature. So if somebody is struggling with something that typically a doctor might prescribe a synthetic antibiotic for, well, thymol, that compound, acts as a natural antibiotic, very similar to oregano, which has carvacol. Thyme has thymol, and thymol is going to help kill off parasites, bad bacteria, and funguses within your body. I especially believe thyme is great when it comes to any type of respiratory issue, doing thyme with eucalyptus in combination. And the other thing about thyme that's great is that it's actually a pro-progesterone. Thyme and clove both are, to where we mentioned earlier, Vitex actually helps balance out estrogen. Well, thyme can actually help balance out progesterone levels to a degree, or has some pro-progesterone properties. Number 11 here is sage. Now, I would say of all of the things on this list, sage is probably the most powerful essential oil in terms of its ability to naturally balance hormones. So if you're a person right now watching this and you've got hormone imbalance, maybe it's PCOS or severe PMS symptoms or fertility-like issues, I would consider doing a combination of Vitex and sage together, or doing both of those. So sage, we know, very powerful at balancing out those estrogen and progesterone levels both. And you can take sage as a tea, drinking sage tea daily, or do clary sage essential oil topically. Both are great to use. Number 12 here is garlic. Now, garlic contains a compound called allicin, which has antifungal properties. So we know garlic is very good for supporting heart health, and very good for fighting the cold and flu. Also, it contains high levels of sulfur, which is actually really good for your skin, hair, and nails, and just overall your immune system. So garlic's an herb you may want to add into your diet. Number 13 here is myrrh. And I know frankincense gets a lot of press, but I will tell you that myrrh oil might be just as powerful, if not more powerful, in many categories. In fact, listen to this. This one might blow your mind. There was a study done where they put myrrh essential oil and frankincense oil head-to-head, a head-to-head battle on which one was more powerful at fighting cancer. And you know which one won? Myrrh oil won. It was actually more powerful. Now, there are many species of frankincense. I believe potentially the most powerful frankincense oil at fighting cancer is frankincense farina, but most of the studies are done in Carteria or Sacra. But overall, myrrh essential oil, very, very powerful anti-cancer properties, and contains a compound called curzarine, which has been shown to be beneficial for hydrating the skin, reducing inflammation, balancing hormones. So again, another great hormone balancer here is myrrh. Myrrh is also good for gums and gingivitis. So if you have any bleeding gums at all, do a drop of myrrh oil and actually rub it on your teeth, or add a drop to your toothpaste and brush your teeth with it. Is a great thing to do. Myrrh oil, in fact, in the Bible is referenced. Queen Esther did 6 months of beauty treatments with floral oils and myrrh. It was part of the holy anointing oil. And myrrh has very anti-dampening properties. So using myrrh is also excellent at fighting candida and dampness in the body. So if you have a white coating on your tongue, you absolutely want to use myrrh. You could just rub a single drop on your tongue and swish around and then spit the water out. Is a great way to sort of get rid of yeast and thrush long term. 14, echinacea. You know, echinacea has been shown to cut down cold and flu time by 1.5 days. And it really has very powerful antiviral properties. So if you're struggling with a viral infection of any type, echinacea is powerful. In fact, even a lot of endurance athletes now are using echinacea mixed with beetroot juice to improve their stamina, as well as other things such as reishi and rhodiola is a really good combination for increasing your endurance. Holy basil here is a really incredible adaptogenic herb. Now, this is revered in Ayurvedic medicine out of India, and holy basil is also known as tulsi. And I would say anybody here who's looking to balance hormones, overcome thyroid issues or adrenal stress, this is found in many adrenal formulas. If somebody's looking at overcoming adrenal fatigue, holy basil is great. Drinking it as a tea on a regular basis. Definitely an herb I'd recommend. Licorice root. Here in the United States, people tend to think of licorice as like mixed with molasses and and some wheat powder, and you have the licorice sticks. But licorice root was used in Chinese medicine, especially for stomach ailments and for adrenal ailments. So if somebody had a combination of major fatigue that was coupled with a digestive issue, licorice root was really the go-to adaptogen to use for those different conditions. You'll see most adrenal formulas today contain licorice as part of the formula. So again, licorice root, really good for stomach, really good for adrenals there as well. And actually, it's really good for any type of ulcer. If you ever get a canker sore, what you want to do is you want to buy licorice root capsules, open them up, and actually rub licorice root and keep it right on that ulcer, right on that canker sore. Because of its antiviral properties. You could also do like a little drop of thyme oil on that area as well. Citrus peel. Citrus peel, which is found in lemon essential oil, bergamot oil, orange or neroli oil, or just lemon peel in general, has a lot of bitter properties, and so it's going to dry up candida and also support the digestion of fats. So if you have any gallbladder related issues or digestive issues, doing digestive bitters or a citrus peel or a citrus oil is going to really help gallbladder and lymphatic drainage both there as well. Number 18 here is cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is used for a remedy for multiple things, but most importantly today it's used in the treatment of diabetes. If somebody has blood sugar levels that tend to spike, or if you're a person who you tend to get hypoglycemic or do have any form of diabetes, I would recommend a teaspoon of cinnamon 2 to 3 times daily. I'll do a whole teaspoon every morning in a breakfast smoothie. In fact, I had a patient who started doing this. I had her change her diet, and then I had her do cinnamon and then a supplement called chromium every day. And she actually, I'll tell you this, again, she worked with myself and her other doctor on this. She reversed her diabetes in less than 30 days. In fact, she was off all of her medications in 2 weeks. Now listen, I'm not claiming you start doing cinnamon and all of a sudden everything's fixed, but I'm telling you, she changed her entire diet, got out all the sugar and refined grain. She just started doing really lots of fat, fiber, and protein during her meals. She did cinnamon and chromium, started doing light exercise, just started walking every day, doing more walking and just some light weights, and bam, in 30 days. So again, cinnamon though, clinical research showing it helps balance out blood sugar levels. Also, it's warming to the body, so great for fighting a cold and flu there as well, and candida. Now, ginger, this is one of my favorite herbs. What a powerful herb when it comes to reducing inflammation. Most diseases today are caused by inflammation, whether it's arthritis or colitis or iritis, any type of itis, which means inflammation in Latin, ginger can help with. It contains compounds like gingerols and zingerbean, which are really, really powerfully anti-inflammatory and also act as natural antihistamine. So almost any condition you can imagine, ginger is going to help because of its warming and drying properties. Whether you're doing a ginger juice shot, that's great, doing ginger tea, ginger powder in a recipe, or ginger essential oil, ginger all around, one of the best supplements you can do on a regular basis for fighting inflammation. I had a professor in college who his recommendation for everybody was to do a ginger and green tea. So he would chop up ginger root, throw in a bunch of bags of green tea, and like every couple days, he would walk around with this big gallon drink and just drink ginger and green tea. And he said he had a health issue in the past and said it literally is what transformed his health, doing that one change, drinking ginger green tea every single day. And last but not least is cannabis. Now, I'm not promoting cannabis necessarily here for recreational use, but cannabis as medicine. It's been legalized in many states now, but cannabis contains several compounds, CBD and THC. One of the issues today in recreational use is that they have bred the cannabis plant to have really high levels of THC and very low levels of CBD. So what it does, it really just has more of a hallucinogenic effect. Whereas in nature, typically, if it was found in more balanced level in the most common types of cannabis plants, it has balanced levels to where it's really not this strong hallucinogenic effect. In fact, what it is, it's like a relaxing effect, just like using a lavender essential oil, you know, or something like that. It's just more, it's more calming to the body. But cannabis has been shown to help reduce pain in cancer patients. It's been shown to help in healing digestive and gut issues. CBD found in cannabis has been shown to be tremendously healthy for the brain. So again, cannabis, one of those things that can be ultimately healing if it's used responsibly in the right strain that's more of a CBD, very high CBD strain of cannabis there as well. So remember these top herbs here: frankincense, turmeric, ashwagandha, cilantro, vitex, lavender, milk thistle, cayenne, astragalus, thyme, as well as sage, garlic, myrrh, echinacea, holy basil, licorice root, citrus peel, cinnamon, ginger, and cannabis. By the way, if you're enjoying this live training right now, do me a favor, be on mission with me, and hey, share this right now on Facebook and on YouTube Live. I appreciate everybody who's on mission with me. And also, hey, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe here to my channel. And hey, also, I'm spending a lot of time on Instagram now. Hey, if you're not on Instagram, make sure you do so. Or if you are, hey, make sure to check out my account. I'm posting regular stories on what I'm eating on a daily basis, different restaurants I'm eating out at. So hey, make sure you subscribe here on Facebook as well as on Instagram and YouTube as well. Guys, this has been Dr. Axe talking about the top herbs both for men and for women. Hi, Dr. Axe here. I want to say thanks so much for checking out this YouTube video, and also don't forget to subscribe if you want to get more great content on things like herbs, essential oils, natural remedies, and how to use food as medicine. Also, check out more of our content on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.